Hi everyone, it's Cherie Groves here, Account Director at Sea Salt Marketing, here to take you through the wonderful world of TikTok and why it will be an essential marketing channel for builders and those in the construction industry now and in the future. So, the first thing I'm going to take you through today is why TikTok. You might be wondering why I'm talking about TikTok at all. Isn't it that platform that kids use for dancing videos? Well, today I'm going to run you through the platform influence, the audience that we find on the platform, and why it's going to be an essential tool for people in the building and construction industry now and in the future. So, the growth of TikTok has been absolutely meteoric. It's now the seventh most used social media platform in Australia, with people spending an average of 52 minutes per day on the platform. It is also an app that's opened up to 8 times per day on average by these people who are using it. What that tells us is that TikTok has now become an extension of the usage of your mobile phone. It is a behavior, even for the short amount of time that it has been within our lives, it's a behavior that has become so ingrained that people almost don't even realize that they're doing it. Similar in the approach to social media and the way that social media has just proliferated our lives, TikTok is doing the same for audiences. But you might be thinking to yourself, isn't it just a social media platform? I'm already on social media, so surely I don't need to be on TikTok. And the difference is that TikTok isn't a social media platform, it's a content platform. Overwhelmingly, the content that people consume on TikTok is on the For You page, and that is a seemingly endless stream of content that they can just continue to swipe through at the flick of their finger. The key differences between a social media platform and a content platform like TikTok is that on TikTok, content is served on based on interest and time spent engaging with a particular type of content. So the more you watch of a particular piece of content, the more you get served that content. If, for example, you watch a ton of doggo videos, catching balls, playing, that type of stuff, the more you watch that type of content, the more you will get served videos about doggos. And secondly, TikTok followers are following content rather than friends. So it is not a social platform in the way that you stay up to date with your friends, with your family, how you find out who's had a baby. You actually follow content that you're interested in, and you are served more and more and more content of a similar nature, which makes it very, very different to other digital channels or other social media channels that we consume in our lives. If we look at Instagram, Instagram has 13 million users in Australia with a slight skew towards females, and around half of those people are aged 25 to 54. Now, across this platform, people generally follow accounts and friends. They might follow some influencers or some brands, but generally you're following people who you are aware of them and what they do. As TikTok began to roll out a number of years ago, all of these social media platforms banded on similar products to TikTok's to be able to compete within this space. So Reels are Instagram's equivalent of TikTok's in the form of the content that you're able to consume there. Now, the mega monolith of Facebook in Australia has around 21 million users. It is around 54% female, and again, around half or just over half of those people are 25 to 54. Similar to Instagram, these people follow their accounts and their friends, brands, influencers, those types of accounts. And again, across both Instagram and Facebook, you find Reels, which is the competitor for TikTok. Now, over in the digital world and the digital side of things, we have YouTube, which generates around 14 million visits per month in Australia. It's a little bit different in the way that it reports the people who are using the platform. It's not users as such because it is just a content platform. So we see the number of visits per month as opposed to users within this space. Interestingly for YouTube, it does skew towards male. 54% of them are male, and around half of them again are aged 25 to 54. But different to social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook, this is all about following content creators. Now, similar to the Reels that exist across Instagram and Facebook, the TikTok competitor within this space is a thing called YouTube Shorts. And TikTok as a platform, while it skews young, so 39 or nearly 40% of users that are using the TikTok app are 18 to 24. The audience is aging up as the content expands. So when it was first launched, it was very much this dancing content app, that example that you can see on the left there, classic TikTok content. As the audience is expanding, the content is expanding as well. Content now covers anything and everything, which has not only led to TikTok being the most popular domain on the internet, but has dethroned Google in terms of search. You can search for almost anything that you can across Google, and there will be a TikTok for it, which is short, sharp content, videos, tutorials, how-to, that type of thing. It now exists across TikTok, which is making the platform just appeal to more and more and more people. So we'll see that audience expand, that content expand as the platform continues to grow. There's a couple of content categories that have been identified across TikTok, and these ones that you can see listed are the top trending content categories across the platform. Cooking, pranks, entertainment, dance, those topics are all kind of bucketed together to produce a content category that's all about being fun. Fashion, beauty, skincare, fitness and sport are all about being personal and things that are related to you. And you know what? Pets and animals definitely fit within those first two categories as well. And then finally, educational. This is where we see so much content around life hacks, advice, and DIY home renovations continues to be one of the top content categories, both in terms of engagement and depth of content that exists across the platform. This is really where we see one of the biggest opportunities for people in the building and construction industry to play a part. And home content just continues to surge in interest. Home renovation has more than 5 billion views. Home reno has more than 1 billion. DIY home is a great space for people to tap into. It has more than 2 billion views. And what it's doing is it's really providing a level of accessibility to home renovations, to home building, to home design that people have never been able to experience before. By providing this level of inclusivity, we tap into all skill levels and we grow with them as they go on that building journey. So they might be starting with some DIY home projects like minor improvements to their home, painting the walls, that type of stuff. As they age up and as they grow, they find more inspiration, they want to change more things. There comes a point where they cannot do that themselves. And as a builder and someone in the construction industry, to be within that space and to have been with them on that journey means that we will be part of their consideration set when it is time for them to be able to build. And not only is that content keenly sought after by audiences, but there's two key trends that will allow the construction industry to lean in. The first is that short form learning will be a big thing. In 2023, their online course platform Thinkific will predict that 41% of people will engage with some form of short form content. So educating clients on the building and construction industry within this space will provide dividends in the future. The second is that advertising dollars will surge. I come from a media and advertising background, and my instinct or my knowledge, my experience tells me that ad spend follows audience, always. Wherever an audience is, that's where the ad spend goes. And with a predicted 47% increase year on year compared to ad spend of 2022, means that audience will continue to grow. That means for us in the building and construction industry, if we aren't on it, our competitors will be, if they're not already. So how do we use it? What are other builders doing, and what are the content opportunities for builders today? Well, there are a number of builders already on TikTok. I've included some examples that you can see here on screen that cover not only builders but those construction adjacent, so designers, influencers within this space. And while I've included these people or these brands within this presentation, it's important to note that they have a range of followers. Some of them have 9,000, some of them right up to 225,000 followers. But as we were speaking about before, it's not so much the followers, but actual content that people are engaging with. So people will be engaging with all of this type of content on their For You page, as well as following. So if we can make content that organically sits within what people are interested in, rather than rely on creating a number of followers and using that as our metric of success, we'll be setting ourselves up for long-term success by generating interesting, intriguing, and educational content. Which brings me on to this part. What are the content opportunities on TikTok? The first, behind the scenes. We're talking on-site videos, then and now, before and after, big reveals, a day in the life of a builder, that type of thing. We then have key moments. So your clients first walk through the big reveal, dropping in a pool, that type of thing, including client updates, really excited to see the progress of their home. And then finally, educational. So this is where you can tap into styling to really lean into design and construct, telling people about the process, do supplier collaborations around the types of products that you use, and then even do explainers around what you need to look for in a contract. What is the difference between this cost and this cost? And across each of these categories, you see influencers being able to lean into these spaces. So, what does that mean for you? The first is portrait video. Shooting something in portrait is an absolute mandatory across TikTok because that is how people hold their phones and is how they consume content on the platform. The second is a maximum of 60 seconds or ideally 10 to 20, so keep it short, sharp and simple. The third is lo-fi shots. And it's really about using premium shots when the content style requires it. So those big reveal moments before and afters, absolutely do the glamorous shots. But lo-fi shots allows us to tap into behind the scenes. It allows people to connect with another human being and removes the filter, which is something that TikTok is really, really famous for. The fourth thing is about audio on. TikTok is an unashamedly audio on platform, so include it in the videos that you're producing. And the fifth is around creating a content bank. So unlike other social media platforms or social media platforms in general, where you want to try and time your posts to be viewed at the right time to generate the most traffic, because all of the content on TikTok is being viewed on the For You page based on interest, those timings aren't necessarily as important. What we need to do is just make sure that we're continually posting, that we're sharing content, that we're driving visibility across the content that we're producing by consistently putting it out into market. That means that a content bank is required to be able to continuously push that out. And then finally, reuse content across your channels. As we spoke about before, there are competitive channels or competitive offerings across Facebook, across Instagram, across YouTube that allows us to repurpose content across those. Additionally, no great marketing strategy exists in isolation. So if we're producing content on TikTok, we can talk about it and link to it in a newsletter. We can repurpose content and put it across our social media channels. We can use insights and learnings from TikTok and the type of things that people are engaging with, and actually use those learnings in the types of ads that we create. So it's really important, as with all marketing strategies, that we're understanding the thread that connects everything together so that we're speaking to our audience with authority, with a pervasive feel, like we absolutely know everything about building, because we do, and that we're going to be the ones who you trust with your building and construction project. And that's it. I really hope you've enjoyed this explainer video on why TikTok is going to be an essential marketing strategy for builders in the future. And if you do have any questions, if you want to get on a TikTok yourself, if you want to do something within this space, absolutely reach out to the Sea Salt marketing team to help you on that journey. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll chat again soon.